Lily and Raj lived in a small house inside a big flower garden. Every day, they smiled as they watered the roses, sunflowers, and lilies. The air was always fresh, and butterflies flew around happily. Raj grew vegetables near the marigolds, and Lily made tea from fresh mint and flowers. They ate under the sky, surrounded by colors and sweet smells. Birds sang to them every morning, and stars twinkled above at night. They didn't have much, but their hearts were full. Living with flowers made them happy every day. Their love and their garden kept blooming, season after season. Maya and Leo took a submarine trip deep into the Pacific Ocean. As they sank below the waves, colorful fish darted past their window. A giant sea turtle glided gracefully by, waving a flipper like it knew them. Coral reefs bloomed in every colored, orange, purple, like an underwater garden. They saw jellyfish glowing like floating lanterns and an octopus changing colors right before their eyes. Leo gasped as a shark swam near, but it simply cruised past, uninterested. Tiny seahorses danced in the currents, and Maya pointed excitedly at a group of dolphins playing. "This," she whispered, "is better than any movie." Nina and Raj won a lucky ticket to space. Wearing shiny suits, they blasted off in a rocket named Star Chaser. First stop, Mercury hot enough to toast bread. Venus was cloudy and spooky, while Mars looked like a giant red playground. On Jupiter, they bounced in low gravity, laughing like kids. Saturn's rings sparkled like glitter. Uranus spun sideways, confusing Raj's space map. Neptune was chilly but beautiful, like a frozen ocean. They waved at Pluto, now a tiny space buddy. After visiting every planet, they floated home with cosmic souvenirs and starry smiles. "Best honeymoon ever," Nina said, as Earth came into view. Emma and Jack were a curious couple with itchy feet and endless maps. One month, they rode camels in Egypt. The next, they danced in Brazil's carnival. In Japan, Jack mistook wasabi for avocado, cried the whole dinner. Emma once hugged a statue in Italy that turned out to be a street performer. They took selfies with kangaroos in Australia and got lost in a Moroccan market for hours. Every trip brought a new story, a silly mistake, and unforgettable laughter. "Home," Emma said, sipping tea in London, "is wherever we unpack our socks." Jack grinned. "And eat the wrong food." Lily and Max went to the zoo on a sunny Sunday. They held hands, shared popcorn, and giggled like kids. First, they saw lazy lions napping in the shade. Then came the playful monkeys, swinging and stealing snacks from each other. Max made silly faces at a grumpy turtle, while Lily took selfies with the giraffes. They watched penguins waddle and laughed when one slipped into the water. At the elephant area, Max sneezed right as one sprayed water, soaking him. Lily laughed so hard she dropped her map. By the end of the day, their hearts were full and so was Max's wet shirt. Every morning, Bob put on his socks after his shoes. Meanwhile, his wife Linda brewed cold coffee and microwaved her ice cream. They were perfectly mismatched. Bob loved silence. Linda sang opera during cereal time. He watered fake plants. She tried to iron lettuce. One day, they accidentally wore each other's clothes. Bob rocked a pink dress. Linda strutted in cargo short sand. Neither noticed until the dog refused to look at them. They laughed so hard, the neighbors called to ask if there was a party. "Nope," Linda said, sipping soup from a mug. "Just Tuesday with the opposite Olsons." Ravi and Mira lived in a cozy little cottage by the river. They had no children, but their love filled every corner of their home. Each morning, Ravi made tea while Mira watered the garden. They read books together, shared quiet meals, and watched the sunset hand in hand. On weekends, they painted and sang old songs, laughing at little things. Neighbors admired their simple, joyful life. Though their house was small, their hearts were big. One evening, they planted a tree called Hope, saying it would grow like their love strong and kind. And it did, just like their story. In a topsy-turvy house lived a unique mad family, the Upsides. Dad wore shoes on his hands. Mom cooked breakfast at midnight, and Grandma slept on the roof. The kids, Tim and Tia, went to school riding a goat and brought home flying kites instead of homework. Their dog meowed, and the cat barked. Neighbors thought they were crazy, but the upsides were the happiest family around. They laughed, sang backward songs, and danced upside down. One day, the mayor visited and laughed so much he named them the happiest mad family in town. And so, they stayed joyfully topsy-turvy forever. In a quiet village lived a poor family, mother, father, and 2 children. They struggled daily, selling old goods. One day, the children crafted colorful leaf lanterns using fallen forest leaves. Tourists passing by found them beautiful and bought them all. Inspired, the family began making more creative leaf items, decorations, bookmarks, and greeting cards. Their tiny stall grew popular. Orders poured in from cities and even other countries. They opened a workshop, employed others, and built a warm, happy home. Their hard work, creativity, and unity turned their simple leaf lanterns into a glowing path to success and wealth.